What up, one stop? Shit, not much, man. Nothing much. What's everybody up to? Y'all know the link if anybody trying to hop on, chop it up. Ain't no point to just be me in here and fucking ain't saying shit. You know what I mean? Hey, motherfuckers excited to see Gabe. They don't never see him.
What up, Daisy?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, baby. What up? Hey, everybody. I'd like to thank Mitch and Avery Looper.
I don't
How old
know.
are you?
I guess seemed like it. Ain't work. No shit. Don't do nothing.
What's that, brother?
No, I was talking to Joe.
Yeah, I seen your thing. What's up? Did you think you blew up the raminator or what? What happened?
Nothing. That's the thing. It don't do nothing. It's idle too high, ran too long. Idle fucking way too high and ran too long. I don't know. Shut that bitch down. Ain't started since. No matter
Uh,
what I do. Put new carb, gas tank, gaskets, fuel lines, linkages. Figure out the issue and make it worse. Fucking dumb.
well, hopefully it didn't. Hopefully it's not blowed up.
Motherfuckers never acted like this.
Is it
Never.
pulling? It got compression. It's not locked up. Locked up.
It's not locked. No, it's. I mean, it's got some compression. I don't know how much. I ain't tested.
Yeah.
That's what I just told my dude. I said if it's blown, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put the 71 kit in, and I don't know. I mean, if that's not gonna stop the problem with the fucking whatever it's doing, the carb shit. I can't start a new motor like that. It won't work. That bitch will blow up so fast. I'm not gonna have that. Pay $500 for that kit and then fucking blow it because the shit won't. Motherfucker saying it's got an air leak again. Fuck, you got an air leak. $140 goddamn carburetor I just put in there. And
Yeah.
then $10 worth of gasket, spark plug.
Try to sit here and think.
Some bullshit, man.
Not that it's the same thing, but I'm just sitting here thinking because I used to race go karts and I always worked on my motors, small engines all the time. I'm trying to think of maybe. You had it running though, right? For a minute, for a hot minute.
Yeah, it was running.
And it just died, right? Just quit.
No, I shut it off.
Oh, you shut it off.
It's
What
running
was
for
it?
too long, too high. Its idle was like 8,000 RPM.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
middling at that. Motherfucking car was closed. Idling at 8,000. Motherfucker was moving, like nudging up, trying to go. It was idling that fucking high, and I'm fucking just riching the fuck out of it so it just fucking bogs out and dies, and it would not do it.
Really?
Kept hitting that same idle. That same rev. And my dude's gonna say it's an air leak. Where the fuck is this air leak? Because I just fucking put all new shit in this. Everything.
Get down.
And then now it won't start at all. It's getting spark, it's getting fuel.
It's not knocking, right?
It naturally knocks.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what kind of knock I mean.
I don't know, this engine's a weird and it sounds different than a lot of engines. So ever since I've had it, it does that sound like it's knocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's with that daka 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 daka. You know, like weird ass knock to it.
What, Joe? How'd it run with the old carburetor, even though it was leaking?
It ran fine for a while. It revs up though. It starts to idle up real slow, and then it'll lose power like after 5 minutes. He said put the old carb on. I'm like, oh my god, holy shit. It's like just 'cause it's big don't mean it's easy to put the carb on. Yeah, hopefully you'd have figured out by then.
Joe, Addicted, Gabe, RC Daniel, Queenie.
What up, everybody?
So you said you were even trying to like, what were you trying to richen it out and make it die? Did you try
Yep.
pull, did you try pulling off the filter and choking it out real quick?
Yep.
And it still didn't die.
Huh?
It still didn't die after you took the filter off and choked it out.
No, I didn't die. I hit the kill switch to shut it off.
I don't get why it's idling so high, especially if you put all new gaskets and everything on it.
I don't know why it's got two fucking bolts on it with that big ass fucking thing. Should have at least four on it. Goddamn thing. It's huge.
And it's only got two.
Yeah, the fucking carb is big. Yeah, it's got two. It's like two of these, two Savox servos together,
Yeah,
stamped together with, and it's like a perfect square almost. Big
really.
for what it for what it is.
Curtis Baker loves. Me too, Curtis. Loves game race. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it ain't the car, bro. The car is brand new, modded by RC Max. Just took it out the package a couple hours ago.
But to get that raminator fixed so I can come right on it. Easy. Hey, DJ. DJ. Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
What up?
What's up?
Put a shirt on.
Dude, I'm sweating like a whore in church right now, dude. This place is no joke. We have one window in this attic.
One window. What are you doing? Painting cars or something?
No, it's no. The place I live in is a house turned into 3 studio apartments, and we have the upstairs.
I got
You know, but it's an old ass house, so there's like no fucking AC besides the smallest, tiniest one you can go to Walmart and buy. The one that's what we got, and that's in the kitchen on the other side of that fucking place. Yeah.
God bless him.
It just makes nights miserable when you're just sitting there fucking sweating and oh my god. That's just horrible.
You're sitting there and you got fans in the fucking windows, and all it's doing is blowing.
Yeah, blowing hot air.
I hope.
So I bent my motor mount slightly for my truggy. I I can I could see it slightly bent and then I can hear it in the gear mesh, you know.
What'd you hit?
A brick in the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like sidewalk is like half covered in dirt, and I was just cruising along and bah, stop the truck. Yeah, I'm like, ooh, that did not sound good, and it fucking bent the motor mount. So I'm gonna heat it up tomorrow. Take a hammer to it. See if I can't get a little bit where the mesh is not so bad.
And work.
Right. Because to find another one of these motor mounts, it's gonna be impossible for this truggy.
You know,
what's up, man? What's up, Nitro, Curtis? I don't know. I can't get that fucking thing to start for. I can't. There's no. I have no. I can't start it. It won't start at all. I even put starter fluid in the car in the cylinder. To try to get it to run. I got spark. I obviously got fuel. I felt compression. I tried to. I put my finger over it, pulled it, and it's got compression. It feels like, but I don't know how much it's supposed to have.
think it fouled the plug out easy?
Huh?
Think it fouled the plug out?
No, I got spark.
Well, I know you got spark, but I mean the plug itself.
I don't know.
Yeah. I gotta finish these up real quick. I'll get back.
My dude told me I had an air leak still. I think that's why you can't get it to idle down. I fucking Nitro. I pulled the low speed needle out like 4 turns, I think stock is a 1.5 turns out. I pulled it out like 4 turns, and it still will not drop down.
Damn.
I don't know, man. That's some bullshit.
Hey, you'll get it figured out, dude.
Hey DZ, how many times do you go repairing a vehicle and like trying to like make it better or like I don't know, say like parts are discontinued and you try to find new parts and shit before you just say scrap the vehicle. You know what I mean?
I had that problem with my Pro Line Pro MT. They discontinued it and stopped making parts when they said they were going to keep
Right.
making.
Like you could still find some parts, but it's hard to find them. And then once you buy them, they're gone.
Yeah, they So I'll tell you like this: the Pro Line Pro MT just sits on my shelf. I don't run it. Nitro Freak. If the crank seals were the issue, then it should have. Everything should have went back to normal how it was running before, but now it's running way well. When it was just running, it's running way worse. Like it's idling at all 8,000 RPMs. I had to shut it off. It won't fucking drop. Like the truck's trying to move like inch forward. That's how high it's idling.
What are you doing?
I mean, ain't that big block gonna have a higher idle?
Huh?
Ain't that big block gonna have a higher idle or like want to, you know, move the truck a little bit at an idle?
No.
Not at $8,000.
No.
I set all this nitro. I set them all back to factory, and in the WJ71, I think it's 1.5 turns out, and the plug looks John. The plug's almost still white, almost like an offish white color, a little tad of brown in some spots, but it's probably got what 6-7 minutes on the plug, maybe 8.
Hold on, Joe.
Going back to factory. Yeah, that's what my dude told me. I was on the phone with him. He's like, it's too lean. He said, richen it. Richened it up. Kept trying to richen it. Kept trying to richen it. Kept trying to richen it. By that point, I was 4.5 turns out on the low speed.
Should have just kept going.
Nitro, I'm using VP Racing 25-1 mix.
Well, then wash them.
And it was idling like that for so long. I'm like, I can't idle this truck that long, so I shut it down. Like, I can't keep doing this. To try to, make sure everything was good. So, try that. and then let it cool down for a little bit, and then let it cool down for a little bit, and then I tried to start it again, and it's
You'll
never
watch.
started since. Oh, now the engine's cold now. I tried to start it again, and it won't start. Did the big fuel kit like you said? I did fucking everything. Yep, it's the premix in the can.
That's enough. Fry 'em up.
I thought that would have been the best shit to use. My buddy's got 110, but I mean, I've used it before. I've used 110 before, but that ain't. I mean, I didn't use it when I changed everything over. See, I can go with 110, but
Hey, Charlie, will you unplug the internet?
shit,
Fuck.
fucking truck don't even run off of fucking premix. It ain't running no more. It will not start.
No. Just the TV one. The fire stick.
Like I said, I even try to fucking use starting fluid, like something, like just to put it, make sure I had fuel in the gas in the cylinder.
Thank you.
Nothing more. Nothing. It didn't do shit. Got a strong spark.
Joe, that's enough. Get out of the water.
Yep, I checked the kill switch because when I first started it, after I cooled it down, it wasn't working. I'm like, oh, the kill switch was hit. I hit the kill switch. And I never turned it back on. So made sure the light was on the kill switch, pulled the plug, cranked it, make sure that I was getting spark. I got a good spark.
Settle down.
Yeah, I put my thumb over the spark, took the spark plug out, put my thumb over it, and pulled it. And I'm getting pressure. I don't know how much I'm supposed to get, but I'm getting pressure. Getting it. I'm getting vacuum pressure. You know what I'm saying, with the downstroke. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm fucking man. That shit got me hot. I was man.
Will you open this? Yeah, will you open this?
Hold on, Joe.
And why you help me?
Shit. I can go up there and show you if you want to see it. It's in the living room. I ain't bringing that big bitch down here. So I'm apart.
Mm.
Right. So if I get a compression tester, what's my compression supposed to be though? That's the thing. Yeah, that's what I feel. I'm like, if I smoke the ring, I'm just putting I'm putting a 71 in there. I'm saying fuck it, just being done with the problems. But I can't put a 71 in there and break the engine back in because the shit won't idle. The fucking truck won't idle. It's gonna fucking start off at 8,000 or whatever RPM it's at. It's so goddamn high. And dude was like, "There's a vacuum." He said, "There's an air leak somewhere." Got a leak. Like, fuck, you have a leak in this truck, and everything was just replaced. I just did everything in there. RC Daniel, I'm getting sparks, so that don't matter. The kill switch don't matter, bro.
3K views. Damn.
Yeah, that's.
You realize that?
Mm. Mm. Do, do, do. Mm.
Do they have the? Because it didn't come with the little manual piece. Um, does it say what the? Do they have it online what the compression or what the needles are supposed to be at?
Mm.
You good? It was a good job. Unless you gave it.
Mm.
If I'm gonna sell my raminator, no, probably not.
Hell no.
But if I do, it's gonna be it ain't gonna be cheap. I don't give a fuck. The motor blown, I'll fix it and sell it, but it ain't gonna be cheap.
Mm.
Let me see if I can go on the line on the.
Mm.
What?
Mm. Mm. And put right there, yours. Put right there, but yours.
You gonna put it with mine?
Yeah.
Put it up there. I'll put mine down when I'm ready.
Mm. Yours put right there.
Come.
Oh, that's very tap tap. Wait, down.
Easy. Jeez, criminy.
Yep.
That's
Like I
not
said, like I said, 1.5 turns out, 1.5 out on the low speed, 1 3/8 on the high speed.
right?
So if I don't know what 3/8 is, I don't know what the fuck that means, but um, so even if I put the high speed at whatever, it still fucking run. You know, so it's like, mm-mm.
Yeah, what's on your hand? That's the Oh, that's
And
me.
on the vent for the vent to the end, the vent. I put the vent. I'm gonna go show you this shit. Hold on. Let me see.
Damn, we in trouble now. There's fucking two D's nuts.
You should be able to come in. There's a link up there. I'll send another one on. Damn, he's not. He's walking off. Um,
Man. Calm down, girl.
you still in here, Big John? You still in here, Big John? You still in here, Big
That's your plug.
Yeah. You ain't focusing.
So now exactly what is it doing? So you were able to get it to fire up and run, but you're saying now it won't even fire up at all?
This fucking phone. Yeah, now this truck will not start.
And have you tried? So you replaced all them gaskets on the carburetor?
Yep. All of them.
And then
Later.
after you put it all back together, it wouldn't run.
Huh?
And after you put it all back together, it wouldn't run?
Well, we got it running. It was running, but it just started idling high. It was like 8,000 RPMs, and he couldn't get it to idle down. I know that's what he was saying earlier.
It's air leaking. Yeah, it's air leaking somewhere then.
Yeah, it ran. It just ran. It idled very, very high.
So what you need to make sure you check all your endpoints on your radio. Make sure the butterfly is completely closing.
Yeah.
And make sure your choke is not on the WJ71, because you know how to use the choke on that, right?
Yes. But when I was first getting it running, I had to use the choke to get this truck to run.
Right. You normally will on the WJ71. You'll always have to choke it and use the choke.
All right, so let me show you. Because I changed my endpoints to make sure that there was no tension on the throttle.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You want to make sure, because it almost sounds like if it's idling that high, it almost sounds like the butterfly on the carburetor is being hung open. Because even with an air leak, it'll idle up some, but it shouldn't be like stupid crazy where the platform's wanting to take off on its own.
Yeah, so if I even have the brakes, it ain't moving when I put the brakes, because you know when you do the brakes on this truck, it disconnects.
Right.
When you hit the brakes, the throttle all the way, so you got slack in there. So even with slack, it's pushed all the way down the throttle. Is this the right vent? I put the brass pieces, bigger line.
Yeah,
But
that vent's fine.
this vent is only, I can't blow out, but I can suck in with that vent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to, when the tank when it starts to suck, so it doesn't vapor lock, it'll suck air in to depressurize the tank.
Okay. Where the fuck is it? You see it? You see the spark?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, you got good spark.
So I'll hold my finger, well, as much as I can. And I'm pulling it. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
One thing I would recommend though doing too, DZ, don't squirt ether or starting fluid into that jug.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's don't do that. Just don't do that. Yeah, that's not a good thing on those engines. Another thing I would recommend too that premix fuel that you're using, I probably wouldn't be using that. That's not really designed for these engines. I would be getting you some good 110 VP and then automatically mix your 25-to-1 oil to fuel ratio.
Where the fuck do I get 110 VP though?
You should be able to search, do like a Google search for the city you live in for any VP distributors, or you can order it right offline by like the 5-gallon pails.
Oh,
That's what a lot of us do. We order the 5-gallon pails. You can have them delivered to your house, or if you have, most all cities have a race gas fuel pump somewhere where you live. If
yeah,
you've got,
I
a drag,
race gas 110. It's
if you've got a drag strip, if you got a drag strip anywhere near where you live, you're gonna have race fuel in that town. I promise you.
yeah, we don't have one of those, but I have a it's called like blue something. It's blue 110.
Turbo blue.
Yep.
Yeah, turbo
We have
blue.
that.
That's a good fuel. With that. You just want to make sure that you got a good high octane rating.
But that's not going to keep this from starting, though, right?
No, it's not going to keep her from, not starting. If it's not firing up, it almost seems like it's not getting fuel.
So if I squirt some fuel down in that piston, it should crank.
It should. But you don't want to throw a whole ton in there. I'm talking like when you throw fuel in there, like maybe a soda cap full at best. Nothing more.
I was just about to say, yeah, maybe I was going to do like a tablespoon, or not a tablespoon, but a teaspoon.
Yeah, like a teaspoon
Just a
would be a
little spritz, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I see you got plenty of lightning coming off that spark plug. So you definitely got spark without a doubt. Your kill switch is working because it's allowing the spark to come through the plug. So if you throw fuel down in that jug and start it and it fires but then dies, then that tells you that the carburetor is not pulling fuel from the tank. The jug's just running off of whatever you put in there. But I think you said you did that before and you still couldn't get it to fire, correct?
I didn't put fuel. I put starter fluid in there.
Oh yeah, put fuel. Don't do the starter fluid.
Yeah, I'll never do that again now that, you know what I mean? I only did it one time, but let me go grab fuel. Shake her up. Yeah, so like I was just gonna, that's my son's. I'm not gonna use it. These little big ones?
No, there's like some that are old in there that have a green handle.
She said there's some that are old in here with a green handle.
If not, use
Look
whatever.
at how many have a green handle. Oh, I'll just use this one and throw it out.
Yeah, those ones at least you can throw that away when you're done. Last time around, I wish you find that race fuel. That took me 2 years ago.
I gotta put you down so I don't spill on my carpet. See how much I'm gonna put in there? Yeah, should be enough, right?
Yeah.
All right, turn the choke on. Oh wow, it started. It finally started.
Yeah.
So that means I want to bring this fucker outside, to be honest, and start this bitch, and so you can hear what this thing does. I should have enough battery. I'll show you. I'm gonna bring it outside. Show you what the fuck it does. It's. Hold on. Put you in my pocket. This thing's a big bitch.
Well, you don't have to do all that tonight, man. If you want to do that tomorrow
But,
when you got free time, you can just hit me up on a message and we can do it. Because I know you're running a live, man. I don't want to take you away from your viewers.
well,
I'll
I
help you.
mean, the whole problem is you know, a $2,000 engine sitting right here. It's like, man,
No, I get it. I get it.
I just
We
don't.
got the fire, so you know your plug's working and all that. But like I said, now we just got to get it to fire and running idle, and let me hear it and see what it's doing. Because you'll be able to tell from how high it's idling if it's an air leak or if you got your throttle rod hanging. I don't know how easy it is to look inside the carburetor and be able to tell if your throttle blade is hung open at all. But it sounds to me, I mean, I'm from what I'm gathering, the way you're saying that it's like stupid high idling, it's almost like the throttle blade is being hung open. You haven't messed with the
Right.
idle at all, have you?
Yeah, it's out very, very far.
The idle screw is?
Yes, because I was trying to get it to drop, thinking that was it, and then I hit the brakes. You know what I mean, to get as much slack as possible. I done hooked the fucking throttle but it was all the way down.
Yeah, you can try that too. Unhook your throttle rod to make sure that the throttle blade is completely closed. I mean, it's up to you, man. If you want to mess with it tomorrow, man, mess with it tomorrow. Go back to your live, do what you got to do, and I'm home all day tomorrow, so you get some free time tomorrow where you can get it outside. Hit me up on the Facebook Messenger and let me hear what it's doing and all that stuff, and see if we can get you figured out.
Yeah, man, because this is stopping me from doing anything. I'm not touching. My dude wants me to grab some stuff from him, and I'm like, I can't grab it until I know that this truck is fixed. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. So it's holding back a lot of things because I'm going to get this truck ready. And
Definitely don't want to be running. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be running it and playing with it all fucked up like that.
no, when it was like how it was like last time, I could run it. It wasn't like terrible. It just wasn't. I didn't get my full power. You know what I mean? So
Right.
not right now. Yeah, that truck can't be ran. You know what I mean? So that's. Oh shit! Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, so the truck can't be ran no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it's got an air leak. What the fuck it's coming from? Maybe it was like a hairpin crack, maybe in the isolator.
It could be. When you had all that stuff off, did you look at that plastic isolator to make sure it wasn't warped or cracked anywhere?
I did not. I didn't even think about that being an issue until I just thought about it.
Yeah, because that's a possibility that can happen too. That's all the stuff that you got to look at when you got that carburetor and all them gaskets off. Usually, what a lot of us do, like to check if there's any warpage on them plastic isolators, put them on a flat table or a piece of glass that's square and make sure it's not raised up when you lay it down on a flat piece of glass or something.
Yeah,
If there's any bowing in the center or whatever, then it's got warpage.
right. 'Cause I swear, my 35 has the same isolator on it. I'd swap it with that and see if that, you know what I mean, if that's the case, just to make sure.
What do you
My
mean you're 35?
35, my 35 Taylor 35 has an isolator on it, and I swear it's identical.
You bought the Taylor 35?
Yeah.
I never knew you even got one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it won't have the same isolator because that's probably running a 990 carb
I'm running 1107.
or even the 1107. Those are all the WT carbs. The WJ71s are a completely different carb. That's why they take a completely different reed block mounting platform. I mean, you could pull it off and check. I don't know because I don't own the 35, so I mean, I don't know what plastic isolator they're using on those. Chris or Big John would know better about that than me. But I mean, you can check. You'd have to pull them both apart, pull the carbs off both of them, set them side by side, and look at them to see if they're the same.
Yeah, that's no problem. The fucking carb to get out of the ram. I mean, it sucks. In my opinion, you know, what I mean? It fucking sucks. I could pull a carb on a 35 in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like fucking hey.
Yeah.
I hope it ain't a defective carb again because you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Did you
all that dirt.
did you have a faulty carburetor before on that?
I feel like it's always revved up like that. Well, I don't feel. I know it always revved up like that when I was running it. I let it sit, but I never let it sit and idle, so I always shut it off before it did that. It did that high revving. Once I stopped the truck and let it sit, it'll go. I don't remember it losing power like it does now. But that's when I remember when I sprayed the carb to see for leaks and it shut off. So it must have been faulty from factory, or it just started getting worse to the point where it's losing power now. You know what I mean? Now putting this carb in, now it's doing all this fucking hectic shit.
Is that a brand new carb? Did you put a different carb on it than what you had before, or you just?
That's a brand new carb straight from Detroit.
When did you put it on?
I put it on when I was messaging you this morning, a couple hours ago.
Oh, so okay, so you just like recently put that carb on within like the last day or so.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Carb, gasket, fuel line, the big fuel line kit you told me to put on.
So it was brand new out of the box, and you put it on, correct?
Correct.
Have you touched the needles on it at all since you've taken it out of the box? Please tell me no.
Once I started it and realized that it would fucking rev the shit out of it and die and bog out, that's when I did.
Okay, first thing I would do is we need to get those set back to factory settings.
They're at factory now.
Okay. And then the next thing would be we need to check your linkage to make sure there is no pull on your linkage opening that butterfly up at all whatsoever. Reason why I say that, I didn't know that you put a new carburetor right out of the box on it. right out of the box, brand new, it'll be set at factory settings. And sometimes what happens is they overly rich them. So if you couldn't get it to start or anything, it's probably because it was too rich. So usually you just go to one of your needles, lean it just a smidge till you can get it to fire, and then you could start, running it across the field. Now it's probably going to have no nuts, no balls. It's going to smoke like crazy, but that's where you start tuning it from there. So if you got time tomorrow, that's what you need to do. First thing you do, make sure those carburetor needles are put back to factory settings. You said they already are. So what I would do is double check any way you can. Make sure that that throttle blade is not being hung open at all in that carburetor. Because with factory settings on that carburetor, it idling up stupid high like that, it only means one or two things. If you got an air leak somewhere, or that throttle blade is being cracked open on its own, possibly due to your endpoints not being set correctly. Now you may have had them set correctly at one time, but those can always be knocked out of whack very, very easily.
Right.
So that's why I would double check your linkages and make sure you have no tension on that throttle rod pulling that throttle blade open, because that throttle blade moving at the least little bit will idle that engine up and idle it high. And so when you start that up and it starts idling, it just hangs there, it stays high, it does not fluctuate or come down at all.
At all.
It sounds like to me like something is being hung up in the linkage. Something is pulling that butterfly open and hanging it open to be idling that high. But then again, I can't say for sure because I haven't heard how high this thing is idling. Now, normally when you have an air leak, it will idle it up and it will idle high, but it's not going to be like stupid high where it's wanting to put, the vehicle moving underneath its own power.
That's
Because
but check this out. The point at this, where my buddy was telling me, when I was running the truck and trying to get it to drop down to idle, the stock on the low speed is a turn and a half. All right. So I richened that truck almost 4 turns out, and that truck still idled exactly the same. Never bogged out and shut up.
What needle are you richening 4 turns out?
The low speed. Because there's an H on the WJ. It says H in the corner, and then it says L on the other side. So I was richening the left one closest to the engine that says L. Okay,
so you do know, and I'm just going to refresh you. I'm not trying to demean you in any way, so don't take it this way. But you do know on them carburetors, on the WJ71, and I had to learn this myself because I didn't know a whole lot about the WJs. I'm more familiar with the 990s and the 1107s. On those WJ71s, Chris, Big John, and Hot Rod, they're the gurus for tuning those. I am not, but one thing they had to teach me on them, when you tune them carburetors, you don't really touch the low at all. All your tuning is done from the high-speed needle. Your low's main function on that pretty much is just to get it idling and to stay idling. Once you can,
it was.
But what I'm saying is, once you can fire that up and it runs and it idles, you don't need to touch the low at all. Even if it's idling high, you really don't need to mess with the low speed needle. You need to do it from the high. Richening it should bring your idle down. Leaning, well, when it's over lean, it's going to idle it up. Because when you go over lean, the engine is starving for fuel, and it's going to act like it's creating an air leak. So the one thing that's got me shocked, though, is I heard you say something about you almost pulled the low-speed needle completely out of the carburetor, and it still didn't change nothing?
Never changed. Yes. Almost completely out, and it did not change. It wouldn't. So when I'm hitting the throttle, if I hit the throttle, it'll go, and then I'd have to really stomp on it to get it to come back. and then it'll go and then wheelie and try to take off, and I'd have to keep doing that to get the truck to stay running. You know
Now
what I
is
mean?
this you just messing with the low speed needle?
That was stock. That was stock settings on the carb, and then when I richened it, it's nothing changed.
Well, you may not need to richen it. You may need to lean it on the high side, not the low. So what's going to happen is factory settings are going to be stupid rich out of the box. You put a new carburetor on it, if in fact that they are set completely at factory settings. You fire it up, you get it running. You're going to hit the throttle, and it's going to smoke like crazy. It's not going to move. It's going to bog out. It's going to be nutless. What you do is you go to the high speed needle and start leaning the high speed. You don't touch the low. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's what you have not done, have you?
Yeah, I didn't touch the low or the high.
So this is what I'm saying. What I would do tomorrow, you get some time, redouble check that your needles are set to factory settings on that. At least let's just try to get it fired up and running. But we need to make sure that idle, the minute you fire it up, it can't be idling stupid high like you're saying. If it is, touching them needles is a last resort, because you can't do any tuning with that thing revving at 8,000+ RPM. You see what I'm saying? We have to get that thing to stable idle on its own. So that's what we're going to have to figure out first. And that's why I said if it's idling that high, okay, what I would do is I would probably also check. You try to get it fired up. If it's idling stupid high and you know your linkage is all set correctly, take the idle screw and back it out counterclockwise to drop the throttle blade. That might be turned in too much, so that even with your hand not even on the trigger, if the idle screw is turned in too much, it's automatically hanging open the throttle blade. So that's where you could be getting your high idle. Now, again, I don't know that for a fact because I'm not there to look at it. That's why I'm trying to go through all this stuff to, try to help you start from the basics, because you should not have a stupid high idle. Even with a crazy air leak, it'll idle up and it'll run high. But I don't know if I'm misinterpreting what you're saying. The way I'm taking it is that this thing is idling like fucking ridiculously high.
It's idle ridiculous. If I take the tires off the ground, that motherfucker's going to start spinning something crazy.
Okay. Yeah. So your tires should not be moving. Your clutch should not be engaging at all. Now,
did you see what Nick Baker said?
I'm not in the chat. What did he say?
He said,
also
he's using.
No, yeah, I agree with Nick. Well, that's what I was telling you earlier when you said you were using that premix stuff. I wouldn't use the premix stuff. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can use that to get it running and get it dialed in somewhat, but I wouldn't rely on that as your everyday running fuel in an RC Max engine. I wouldn't do it.
Right. I was looking for the best, definition of like no pump.
Most all of us are running at least 110 octane and higher, between 110 and the C12. The C12 is 108 octane. So if you can get anything over 100, I feel, in my opinion, that's what I like to use in my engines. That we use the C12, which is pretty much what Mike Taylor recommends for all his RC Max engines. And if I'm correct, I think the C12 is 108 octane. That's also, I don't know if I'm saying it right, deoxygenated or heavily oxygenated fuel. It's leaded fuel is what it is. It's not unleaded out of the pump. It's a leaded, like the old school leaded fuels. It's straight race gas. Now, you might not be able to get that where you're at. I don't know. But if you can get a fuel that's at least – because, see, that premix stuff, I think that stuff is only 93 octane. Are you using that VP in the little 1-gallon metal jugs that you can buy from, like, the Tractor Supply stores?
I don't know. I got it from Horizon, but yeah, it's
I think that's what that is. I think that's
monster
only
mix.
that's the non-ethanol 93.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's not even close to 100 octane. That's why you don't see a lot of guys recommend using that. They'll use it on the small bores, but not on these big bores. I would definitely try to have something at least at 100 octane and higher. I mean, you don't really need anything higher than the C12, which is 108. But if you can get something in between the 100, 101, 104 area, which I think is like the C6, the
Okay,
turbo.
so Casey is the one. Casey is the one that was helped. He's more of a tuner, not the big block, the Taylors, but he tunes nitros. He's like you with the nitros. He's cold with the nitro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but you don't tune these two strokes like a nitro. Okay, you hear a lot of people say that. Well, a nitro is basically a two stroke. It is, but it isn't. It is on the side that you're running fuel and oil mixed. I've had this debate because I've been running nitro my whole life. And when you go to an actual gas two-stroke engine, everything is different on a gas two-stroke. So you can't tune, and I've seen guys do this, you can't tune a gas two-stroke like a nitro. Okay? The big bores, like on a nitro, you lean them out to make power, but not so lean where you overheat them and smoke them. On the big bores, you don't always lean them out to make their power. You might have to feed them fuel. You might have to run them rich as hell and give them all the fuel in the world, because the bigger the engine, the more fuel it's going to burn. So the concept is actually backwards if you really think about it.
How did you end up learning that? Because you're nitro all the way, and you just started the fifth scales, the big boys, because you were nitro. And
let me tell you something. You've known me for a while, DZ. You've always known me to just run nitro, but that's not what I've always done my whole life. Dude, I raced motocross, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, dirt bikes my whole life. I'm very good with two-stroke engines. I'm not a tuning master on all of them, especially when it comes to the.
I'll tell you what, you're cold with the tuning game.
Yeah,
you're just bam, 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 bam.
You can ask anybody. I could perfectly tune a nitro with my eyes closed. It's secondhand nature. But
yeah,
I am new coming into the fifth scale, but I am not new to two-stroke engines. So what made it easy for me making the transition into fifth scale is I already knew about two-stroke gas engines from my motocross days.
And you were doing big bore too. You know what I'm saying? So it's.
And if you remember, when I started out in fifth scale, I think for like maybe a month and a half, I ran small bores and jumped right into the biggest engines you could get, all the Taylor big bores.
Yeah, you really did. Yes, you definitely.
But I'm going to tell you now, Big John, Hot Rod, and Chris 1/5 RC guided me along the way. A lot of the stuff I've learned that I didn't know, I got from them. So that's why I refer to those guys on a lot of stuff, because they know their shit. John's been doing it for over 20 years. Chris has been doing it for a couple of years. Hot Rod's been doing it for a couple of years. So between all them guys, I'm sure we can get you straightened out. You got something going on that I think could possibly be an easy fix as long as you have no internal engine problems. But now, like we were talking last night, it's not an uncommon thing, but it's not very common as well, that if the crank seals on that two-stroke engine are leaking, it could be creating problems there. But now you did throw fuel in that thing. You got it to pop off and fire. Now we just got to get it running idling, and I really need to hear what that high idle is, because I'll know right off if that's an air leak or if it's something else. But again, you need to check that idle screw on that WJ71 and make sure it's not turned in too far, because clockwise in is going to open the throttle blade, counterclockwise out is going to close it. So it's the same thing as if you have your endpoints not correct and you have that servo pulling that throttle rod at the least little bit, cracking that throttle blade, it's going to idle up, and it's going to idle up a lot depending how open that throttle blade is. So that needs to be one of the very first things you need to do on it. Now you can also, I don't know if I can show you on my Outlaw. No, my Outlaw, so I switched to the 990 carbon. Let me look at this WJ. Let me see something on this WJ. I think
So Casey here, he was running me through what to do. I didn't touch nothing until he told me to touch it, and it seemed like nothing was working. And then we did the idle screw, and I turned that idle screw from stock. I probably turned it out a turn and a half.
The actual idle screw you're talking about.
Yeah, and then when you hit the brakes, it releases and puts a lot, maybe a half inch of slack into the cable wire. What's his name? Hot Rod, I know what I'm talking about if he knows. If he's in here. Just to make sure that it wasn't no slack. And that's what Casey said too when he was watching on a video. He was like, okay, he's seen that.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure out how to flip my cam around on this so I can show you something.
It's under settings and then camera, and then it'll say back camera or front camera.
Let's see, camera.
Yeah, Casey, I finally got it stop again after that. I had to dump fuel into the car. The starter fluid.
Yeah, I was watching. I've been watching for a good 20 minutes.
Okay, so on your WJ71 here, can you see this carburetor?
Yeah.
So what we need to look at, a good way to tell if your throttle blade is being hung open. I don't know if I can get this.
Casey, look how big this fucking thing is.
That's a big fucking carburetor.
You see how completely closed that blade is?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The very bottom, the bottom portion of the blade, there should be zero gap in that whatsoever. So if you're able to look inside your carburetor with the air cleaner off, that's what you need to make sure that throttle blade is completely closed like that with no gap at the bottom. Another way to tell, the little armature right here that opens.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
There's a flat spot on here that will touch that piece of metal. You need to make sure that this little lip is fully touching the body of the carb. If there's any gap in this armature and that step up piece of metal, then that means that throttle blade is being hung open somehow, either through the idle screw right here, this little flat blade looking thing. Okay. So I don't know if you've messed with this. Turning it clockwise, running it in will open this up. Running it outward will close it.
Right.
So what you'll have to do tomorrow is check that throttle blade. Make sure that throttle blade is completely closed. If in fact that is closed and you fire that up and it still is idling stupid high, then you have a major air leak somewhere. Because with this throttle blade completely closed, no tension on your throttle rod whatsoever, that engine should not be idling up unless you have the low speed needle turned inward clockwise too much, where it is so lean that it's causing it to idle up. But you said you turned that out almost 4 full turns and it didn't change anything. So if that's the case, that tells me that either you have a major air leak somewhere or that throttle blade is at the very minute hung open somehow. Okay?
Right.
That's where we need to start. That's what we're going to have to start on first, because if not, then it could either be the base gasket leaking on the jug, The crank seals could be leaking. I mean, I don't know. This is why I'm trying to go through with you on the small steps first. I really can't show you on the Outlaw here. I got that all together. 5T, I can't show you. Yeah, it's not going to be a good representation on those. But that's what we need to do first. We need to make sure that your throttle blades and everything are closed and nothing is being hung open. If we go through all them steps and still can't figure it out, maybe we can get Chris from 1/5 RC, Hot Rod, or John in here, and whatever I'm missing out, they can help you. I'm not a fan of the WJ71s. I don't like them. I took my 55 and I took the WJ71 off it, and I'm going to try to run the 990 because I'm not an expert yet at tuning these. I get frustrated too easy. I like the easy tunability portions. So I just went ahead and freaking took my WJ71 off of it, and I'm going to try the modified 990 Rooster Tail and see what it does, because I thought I was having an issue with my 990 or my WJ71 because I was trying to tune that thing forever and I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. After half throttle all the way to open throttle, it's like the damn thing was drowning out the engine with fuel, no matter how much I leaned it or anything. So I'm going to try to run this 990 on this 55 Supreme. And if it runs perfect, then I know it was a carburetor issue or due to my tuning skills. But I'm not ditching the carburetor right yet. I'll slap it back on at a later date. But you with yours, yeah, you got something weird going on with yours. And the first thing is to start with that crazy high idle, because until you can get that idle to drop down normal, you're not gonna be able to do anything with it. You can't do any good tuning because everything will be thrown off, way out of whack. You got to get a nice base, steady idle first, and then you got to be able to run the platform, low speed, half throttle, full throttle, and see what it's doing. Right. I don't own raminators, so I don't know exactly how them things are. Hot Rod's the only person I know personally that has one. You've seen how his runs, and his was a 50 GT with the he's running the WJ71, and then he went from the 50 GT to the 71 kit by just putting the bigger piston and jug on it. And I mean, that thing is an animal, but he's still running the WJ71 carb. So just swapping out, going like you were saying, well, if I can't figure it out, I'm going to go to the 71. But going to the 71 conversion, that's still not going to fix your problem, because all you're doing when you go to that conversion is you're just putting a bigger piston and a bigger jug on that block. That's not going to fix your fuel delivery issues. What this is a fuel delivery issue. It's either getting fuel when it shouldn't, and what I mean by that is the throttle blade being hung open is allowing fuel to come through that carburetor and feed the engine and idle up and everything. So like I said, that's what we got to do first. We got to get that idle to come down a lot, because that thing should not be, when you fire it up and it starts running, the minute you pull the ripcord and the tires are moving on their own, that is way too high. That's dangerous.
It is.
Because that's almost, and you don't want that happening, because you can end up possibly doing what's called a cold seize. That thing revving up stupid high the minute you fire that up and not letting it come up to 10 naturally, just, like it being quarter throttle right out of the gate the minute you fire it up.
Exactly. That's what scared the fuck out of me. You know what I mean?
Oh, it would anybody. It would anybody. Trust me. You should not have to, pull the ripcord, and the minute you fire it up, it's, idling at 8-10 grand. That's just way too much.
Right, exactly.
But again, like I said, it's kind of a pain in the ass, man. But it's basic engine 101. You got to start with all the simple, stupid stuff first, and then work your way up. I know it can be monotonous. I've been there. I've had to do it. It takes time. It's a lot of wasted time in a day. Not everybody has a lot of time, but again, I'm sure you would agree with me. You don't want to end up ruining a $2,000 RC Max engine, over something like this. So you definitely want to get the bugs worked out of it, figured out, and where you can run the damn thing without issues. Otherwise, it becomes no fun, and then it just is a pile of metal sitting in your house, up in a corner.
Exactly.
If you can't run it, you're never going to use it, and it's just going to sit there. Then what good is it?
Exactly. It's like, fuck, man. Shit's stressful.
Oh, believe me, I know. I've been there. This ain't my first rodeo in the fifth scale scene where I've had my own issues. I've spent many late nights trying to figure out problems. I always get it in the end. It never comes quick. I mean, I've got a short temper, and I'm one of those guys. I like everything to come instantly and easy, but it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you're going to mess around with the stuff forever and ever and ever till you figure it out. And sometimes the worst time to work on something is when you're already upset and frustrated because you might be overlooking the most simplest thing that is causing your issue.
Right, and that's what was pissing me off. I'm like, this fucker won't start. Oh my god, I was so mad. Like,
I learned that real quick. Don't ever try to work on gas engines when you're extremely pissed off. It never works out well.
It don't. It don't, man.
We'll try to do what we can do, man, to get you figured out. It's what we're all here for in the hobby, man. We try to help one another.
Yeah, hopefully, because I tried to call you this morning earlier when I was doing that.
Yeah, I was with my granddaughter when I missed the call, and then I had something else. I was going to try to call you back because I saw where you left a message on the Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know what to do. So I called Casey, and he fucking picked up. Appreciate you, bro. And I tried, but fucking ain't.
No, I'm you ever heard of the octane from the Savage? The Savage octane, the little gasser, 15cc engine.
Yep.
That one, the low speed, the needles are so temperamental on that, and that's kind of where I was, because you can pretty much control your idle with your low speed on that engine. It's a freaking helicopter, OS based helicopter engine.
Yeah.
So when it was idling up, when his truck was idling up real high, I was telling him to back down that low speed to see if anything would change. And nothing changed. And I said, okay, well, where's your throttle at? Where's your throttle blade? Where's your idle screw at? Back that off a little bit. Nothing fucking changed. And I'm like, well, you probably got an air leak.
Yeah, usually that's a key point right there. If you've backed off all the needles, your throttle blade is closed, and there's nothing else you can do carburetor setting wise, and that idle is still up there, that's a clear indication that engine is still bringing in too many CFMs of air, and that's usually it's an air leak. There's nothing metering that air coming in. It's getting past the throttle blade. If it's if the throttle blade in fact is closed and you still have a high idle, that means something else. You have an external air supply coming from somewhere around the engine. It's just like having a vacuum leak on a regular daily driven car and your engine idles up. To same concept.
Yeah, I even told him to back that idle screw all the way out and forcefully put your finger on the valve and close it. See if it's got any room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe got debris or from machining. There were some metal shavings that are stuck in between the blade and the barrel of the carb.
Yeah, and that
Maybe
can happen.
It
cause the throttle blade armature to stick where it's hanging open and not completely closing. That's that's a good point right there. Yeah, I didn't cover that with them. But like I tell everybody, even just because it's a brand new carburetor out of the box doesn't mean it's 100% perfect. I've been in this hobby where you can get new things out of the box and be bad right out of the box, brand new. It don't mean shit.
Yep. Yeah, but D, your engine. I don't think you got a bad engine. I think you got an air problem.
Yeah,
It's got to be
it's
got
fucking,
to be something. It's got to be getting air somewhere, or too much air somewhere.
Yeah, that's obviously what it's doing.
Yeah, because I mean, if you, I mean, I don't know jack shit about those. I don't even know the WJ. I don't know nothing about those. I mean, I got an 1107 in my Losi, and that's easy as fucking hell to do anything with. But
Yeah, the
no, I mean, it's got
990s are a complete different animal from the
yeah,
WG71s. Completely
okay.
different. Like if I had to best guess, a WJ71 is like twice the size of a 990 or an 1107. Chris from 1/5 RC was trying to teach me about them, and he used a very good nomenclature. See, those have like, I guess, what's called a pop-off valve in it. And at a certain amount of vacuum, when that pop-off valve opens up, it's like a water hose just opening up and just drowning fuel into that cylinder.
It's like a power jet on a.
Yeah, the 990s and the 1107s kind of work the same way, but they don't bring in that much fuel that the WJ71 does, because that's a carburetor that's made to feed these big bores. With the small bore reed engines or the piston ports, you don't run WJ71s on them. You're going to run 1107, the 1242s, the 990s, and all the other ones they have out there. And if you want to switch from the WJ71 to one of the, Walbro WT carbs, you got to buy the specific mounting plate, the gaskets. You got to change everything over. The only downside is on the big bores, from what I hear from everybody, if you take the WJ70 off and go to an 1107 or a 990, you'll lose a little bit of performance because that carburetor is not as big as the WJ71 to feed the fuel supply that those big bores need to, perform at peak performance, which I can deal with a little bit of performance loss, but
right.
You got to get the damn things to be able to run right first before you can even enjoy them.
Right. So that car must have some kind of like a power. You familiar with a power jet on like a PWK carb or a flat slide?
I would imagine. I'll be honest. I've never had one of them open, so I don't know. Because when you go to buy them carbs on like all the fifth scale sites, they don't even sell rebuild kits for them. It's like you can buy the complete carb, but I've never been able to see what the internals of that carburetor to look like, to see what they're using in that as compared to like an 1107, a 990 or 1242, all the other different Walbros. I do know it's a big carb. It feeds the engines a lot of fuel, and they're very finicky and touchy. You got to be very precise on tuning them. When you make your tuning adjustments on those WJ71s, I'm talking tick mark turns. Like
just like the octane. Yep. Just like the octane. Yep.
Yeah. And that's one thing I've seen a lot of people, and myself, I've done it, over tuning them, making your adjustments too big where you're missing the mark every time, no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So D, that you're probably not familiar with the octane, but that carb sounds like it's just like the octane when it comes to tuning and adjustments. And I mean, we're talking the smallest, because the problem with the octane is that carb is way too big for that engine. I mean, what is that? It was a Walbro carb. It was a 23 or 26 cc engine carb on a 15 cc fucking airplane engine.
The WJ71 kind of reminds me of the freaking shitty X-Tech carbs they put on the LRP 32s.
I got one here somewhere.
Yeah, where you have to be so minute on your tuning on them things. A lot of guys say that the X-Tech carb is junk and it can't be tuned. That's kind of a yes and no, but I've been able to take the X-Tech carbs, tune them, and make them work very, very well. It took me a while to figure them out, but that was kind of how I learned on the X-Tech on the LRP 32 carbs is you have to be very small. I'm talking stupid small on your adjustments in order to get that thing to run and stable out. And that's one thing I
Yep.
could never do with the WJ71 when I started getting into the big bores and running those carbs, because they're, to me, I feel like they're completely opposite of the 990s and 1107s. I hear a lot of guys say, well, that's the easiest carb to tune in the world. And it may be for them. People that have a lot of experience with them, it probably is easy for them. I just haven't been patient enough to take the time to figure it out yet. So I just went and changed mine now. And I haven't even fired up my 55 Supreme yet with the 990, because I just put it on there like 2 days ago and haven't fired it yet because it's been raining here a lot. But I built the new the Outlaw chassis and put that 55 in it. I took the WJ71 off, but I'm not going to let it beat me. I just want to be able to do shakedown runs on that platform, get that engine tuned in, run it for a little bit, and then eventually I'll swap that WJ back over and see if I can get it. Because usually there's not a carburetor out there that I can't figure out. And I know from my own experience, if I absolutely cannot get a carburetor tuned perfectly or near perfect, then it ain't me. It's the damn carburetor. So, because I'm usually pretty good at damn tuning just about anything out there if I stay patient enough and mess with them long enough. But the WJ71, I have not. That thing got the best of me right out of the gate. I got frustrated with it. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go to the carburetors I know I can tune.
Is there an option for his engine for a different carb that'll perform like the WJ?
Like the WJ71, I don't think so. I think that is the biggest carb that Mike Taylor offers. Now, you could step down like what I did to the 990 Rooster Tail, but I mean, I wouldn't put a regular 990 on it. It would have to be a modified 990 Rooster Tail at the least, or the modified 1107, which I've never used the modified 1107. I've got the regular ones, but not the modified ones. That would have to be a question I'd have to ask Big John or Chris from 1/5 RC. They know all the carburetors that are out there on the market. The WJ71 is, to my knowledge, the biggest, other than the carburetor that they put on the 88 Diablos, which is a completely different style carb. And I don't even know if that would work on anything smaller than the 88 cc.
See,
What
I
about
got
that? What about that 1242 from OBR?
I hear that's a good carb. Yeah, you could probably run that on the 50. On the 50 you could, because I've seen Chris from 1/5 RC Garage, he had the 65 Supreme and he ran the 990 on that, and he said it did awesome. The 65 is way bigger than the 50. If you can run a 990 on that and get it to rip, I know the 1242 is a pretty good carb from what I hear. Now, me, I personally haven't used it. I don't know, but I've seen enough chatter about it where everybody says it's a really good carb. You could probably use it on it, and it'll probably work well.
There you go. That could be another option there. D.
Well, I plan on going to 71.
Buy a new carburetor, but that, if you've, but see, here's the thing. This is where it's a double-edged sword. Just going out and buying a brand new carburetor and throwing it on for the hell of it to see if that's going to fix the issue. Yes, that'll work, but that's not the correct way of doing it, because you need to make sure first that the engine itself has no cracks anywhere, no base gaskets are leaking, no crank seals are leaking. That's where it gets freaking monotonous, because you need to make sure that you have a complete sealed engine before you start throwing external parts at it, like carbs and intakes and all that. And that's kind of really what you got to do first. You got to make sure that engine is top notch, that there ain't nothing else wrong with it, there ain't nothing else leaking. If there's a way that you can do that and verify that, and you know that everything on that engine block, jug, head is good, nothing leaking nowhere, then yes, I'd say go ahead and put a new carburetor on it. If you can afford it, DZ, the 990s, I think they're like $145, which, is not that much if you could swing it. It wouldn't hurt to buy one and have one on hand, but the downside is, like I showed John Cam the other night, when Hot Rod was doing his live, you're going to have to buy the conversion plate to go from a WJ71 to running the 990, 1107, or 1242 style carb, because the WJ71 uses a complete different adapter plate that mounts to the reed block. You can get all of that in every gasket you need from Detroit Performance for $70. That's how much I paid it for the plate, every gasket that you need to do the conversion to run a 990, 1107, a 1242, all the WT style carbs is what they call them. You got your WJ71, which is a carburetor by itself. Then when you get to the WT series, those are your 1242s, 1107s, 990s, and so on. So you got to have the you got to have a different adapter plate for them. And I showed you that on cam that one night. You can get all that for, for $70, and then, buy your carburetor. If you could swing that, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have all that stuff on hand. And just for the hell of it, I mean, if money's not a problem and you can do it, that would be, I don't want to say that's the right way to do it, but it would be a quicker way. Convert all that over. And if you do that and it runs fine and no issues, then bam, there's your problem is somewhere between the carburetor and, maybe a gasket or something, within that series there. But you said you just put a brand new 1107 on it. You changed all the gaskets, and then having that high idle. Because see, before you put that new carburetor on a day ago, before that, you said the engine ran fine, but after 4 minutes, it was losing power, correct?
Yeah.
Now, when you went and you put that new WJ71 on it and all the new gaskets, now you're dealing with a whole new issue of you starting it up and it's idling stupid high right out of the gate. Is that correct to say?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have that high idling problem before with the older carburetor, but you had the power loss.
I had a high idle when I after the couple of minutes it'd start idling high. Nothing like it is now. Not nearly like it is now.
Okay.
Maybe you fuck some up when you put it on.
Yeah, that's kind of almost what it sounded like to me when you changed that over. Something got fucked up somewhere. Did you over torque those bolts?
Huh?
Did you over torque those bolts? Carb bolts, those two bolts that mount the carb to the block or the replate?
How I got a fucking modified 1107 on my 35, and I didn't over torque those bolts. You know what I mean? Like I did that one myself.
Now, what did you use to torque them? Did you find the torque specs off of Mike's site?
No, I didn't fucking torque that shit. I fucking tightened it up.
Okay. I was gonna because if you go on Mike's site, I think like the carb bolts are 61 inch pounds. Well, over in the UK they use what's called Newton meters, and then you got to do the changeover from Newton meters to whatever it is, US. I think it's inch pounds. Yeah, over torquing them, you can crush stuff. But I mean, if you hand tightened them, then there's probably not a chance that you did anything there. But something has gone wrong somewhere. Something is causing that thing to hang open. It's, I don't know. It's weird. That's what we got to figure out first. We gotta try to figure out why that thing is, idling stupid high. And it could be anything. Like I said, it could be something that you're overlooking. Because when you think about it, you didn't have that issue before. All right. Then you went and put a new carburetor, new gaskets on it. It did have a little bit of a high idle before, but now it's even like twice as high as it was before. So taking stuff apart and moving stuff around, either you've opened up what a previous problem was, and that's why I would say look over everything really good. Make sure there's no cracks in that jug around where the carburetor bolt mounts. You got to check to make sure that butterfly is not hung open, all that stuff. We got to start with all the simple, stupid stuff that we could think of first to get that idle to come down.
What's a jug?
Cylinder.
That's your cylinder. We call it a jug. It's the cylinder.
Oh.
It's basically the piece that the piston goes up and down in. That's what we call a jug.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, cylinder jug is. I've always called them jugs. That's old school motocross talk. But yeah, that's like I said, man. That's going to be the big thing. That's what you got to kind of. We got to figure out what's causing that stupid high idle.
Nick Baker, what? Oh, you got a different carb or something? Do you know who Nick Baker is?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like, damn, I should have just kept it how it was. Just
Yeah, but you still had. Well, I mean, yeah, you say that should have kept it how it was, but again, it's. I mean, you had issues to start with, so I mean, there's an underlying issue somewhere on that engine. We just got to get it figured out.
yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, that shit fucking sent me for a loop, pissed me off. I ain't been this mad in a long time.
Trust me, it makes it harder when you have nobody around you that lives near you that knows that stuff that can help you with it, because you can only do so much diagnosing over video and phone. And that's one thing I tell a lot of guys. Like, I don't like to try to help guys tune their stuff over the phone, because listening to something run on a video and what it actually is doing gets misconstrued in a video. It's never the same. It's never the same. That's why I usually tell people, I'll get you started. But when it comes to the fine tuning, you got to do it on your own. Do it to the best of your ability, because I don't want anybody blaming me saying, oh, Nitro Freak told me to lean it out or told me to richen it. It blew up my engine and this. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be the downfall of anybody's engine. I'll help you get it going. There's a lot, I can help you with to get stuff figured out. But when it comes to the tuning, I like to let people, because that's something everybody needs to learn on their own. And like I tell people, don't be afraid to play around with your needles and learn what they do, okay, on the high and low end. But you got to do it in increments. And that's one thing I've seen a lot of guys, when they tune, they go in there with a screwdriver, man, and they're making like huge adjustments, okay? Most of these carburetor needles on these highs and lows, they're a fine thread needle on some and coarse thread on others. If it's a coarse threaded needle, the smallest adjustment makes a huge difference. It's opposite on the fine threaded needles, because you can turn and still not be over. On the coarse threaded needles, they'll drive in or pull out really quick, no matter which way you're turning them. So a lot of guys they miss their mark every time, and it happens with the nitro guys all the time. When I used to do the live feeds and help guys tune nitro on my channel and stuff, I'd ask them, well, show me what you're doing. And that was the first thing I saw with every person. They were trying to over-tune their stuff, because nobody wants to sit and try to take 20, 30 minutes to tune an engine. The guys that are good, we can do it within 5 minutes or less. The new guys that do it, they get in a rush. They think that if they make bigger adjustments, it's going to put them at their mark a lot quicker. But what they don't realize is, if you don't know whether that carburetor is running fine low speed or a coarse low speed, then you're over tuning your mark every time. And that's what happens with a lot of carburetors, because no two carburetors are the same.
Right. I feel that. That's true. That's true. Man.
Oh, hey, Deontay, there's I don't know if you saw the message, but there's local, like 5 minutes from our house, you can get 110 and all that kind of race gas.
From your house.
Yeah.
Are you able to grab, you coming out this way tomorrow? You said you were going
every time. Every fucking time.
You live so far, man.
That's another big thing too, Deontay. I'd stop using that pre-mix shit out of the metal can, man. Not in an RC Max engine. Nah, I wouldn't be doing it. Mike Taylor puts a lot of thought, design, and ingenuity into these engines, and he wants you to use, you know, the best stuff on the market, and that's pretty much what everybody tries to stick with. If that's what he recommends, that's what I'd be using. If you've ever gone on his site, like when I was trying to explain to you earlier on in the night, where you could go and get the carb setting for the WJ71 off his site, he's got sections in there that you can also read that'll tell you what he recommends for oil, what he recommends for fuel to be ran in his engines. And trust me, you ain't going to see nowhere where he says none of that, you know, freaking Tractor Supply tin can shit. It might say VP on it, but it ain't the same.
Oh shit. Whoa.
Oh, are you using that pre-mix fucking weed whip shit from VP that's in like the quart can or the pint can?
It has an RC car on the can.
Oh
yeah,
my fucking god!
Yeah, he's using the gallon jug stuff, and I think that stuff is only 93 octane. It's meth. A lot of guys use it because it's methanol free. A lot of guys don't want to use. Yeah, they don't want to use the pump gas because all our gas in the United States has 10%, ethanol in the fuel, which causes these carburetors to sludge and gum up. That's why they tell you don't use pump gas in a lot of these engines. It's not to say that you can't, because you can do the conversion kits where you can run that stuff, but you got to go into the carb and put the kits in it. You can do it, but like on a big bore, you want to run the good stuff. You know, you're talking a weed eater or a leaf blower 2-stroke engine compared to an RC Max. You're comparing a Ford Pinto to a damn Lamborghini. Okay, right. RC Max engine being the Lamborghini in the stable, and that premix can stuff being, you know, shit. That's the only way I can explain it.
You ever heard of see around here we got 91 octane non-oxy, so non-oxygenated, so no ethanol.
Yeah,
that's all I run.
That's
but I don't have an RC. I got a Zenoa G32, or you know what I mean. It's got the ESP race port, so that's all.
Yeah, you know, running the Zenoa engines, the CY engines, and all that stuff. I mean, you can use that stuff in them because that's a small power engine. The complete RC Max is completely different. I mean, it's light years ahead of those other engines.
Yeah,
you're talking buying a $2,000 engine versus a $300 engine. So, you know, if you're going to be spending $2,000 on an engine, you know, it's not like when you pull up to the pump, you're driving a Lamborghini and you're going to stick, you know, 83 octane in it. You just don't do that. It's the same concept with an RC Max engine. You want to use the good shit. At least that's what Mike Taylor recommends. Now, have guys used that stuff and ran RC Max engines on them? Yeah, it can be done. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's not, you know, highly recommended, you know. But then that also goes along the lines of you got to use only what you can get your hands on. If you can't get a hold of any of the good stuff, then you're kind of limited to what you can run.
Right.
But that's going to be the difference in your performance of using a quality fuel versus a lesser quality fuel. That's just how I look at it. Some people would have a difference of opinion, and you know, we could have this conversation all night. You can ask 50 guys the same question. You're going to get 50 different answers. That's just the way it is. Right. I use all the good stuff, and I don't have any problems with my engines, how they run. So that's why I stick with the good stuff, because I don't have any problems with mine. Mm-hmm. I never tried the lesser quality stuff, and I'm not going to, because I don't want to run into them issues.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that 110 stuff, but number one, there's no need for it. I mean, it's a Zenoa.
In the stock 32 Zenoas, you know, there is a such thing as overkill. I mean, you can use C12 in a piston port, you know, Zenoa. It ain't gonna hurt it, but is it gonna benefit any from using the straight higher race fuel? No, it's not gonna. That engine's only gonna do what it's gonna do.
Yeah, it's like what, a little over $8 a gallon here too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I mean,
Yeah, I paid $98 for the 5-gallon pails of C12, which is 108 octane. But that's straight on. It's a leaded fuel.
Mhm.
It's not unleaded like you get out of the regular gas pumps at your local gas station.
Right.
Two-stroke Joker. I thought you was coming out this way anyway, Casey.
I don't know. We might. I got to work on my boat. I got to do impeller oil change and all that kind of shit on it. So I don't know if we were gonna go to the state fair and do the auto show stuff. So I don't know. I guess we'll.
DZ, let me hop off here, man, because I'm on my phone. My phone's about to die. I'll jump over onto the chat through my computer, but I gotta hop off my phone on the camera because my phone's about to die.
All right, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna hit
Not
you
a
up tomorrow for sure.
All right, bro.
All right,
Later.
later.
I'm soldering up your brand new Mac 6 right now.
Oh, I thought I already had it in there.
No, I took that out a while ago.
Oh,
I had a new one sitting on the shelf down here. XT90s.
yeah, that's all I run.
I switched to the QS8s.
Yeah, because you're a baller.
Well, yeah.
I can't afford QS8s on 30 cars.
Well, I got 6 now. Well, yeah, I hear you.
They're like
Yeah.
$12 for one pair.
Yeah, I paid. I'd have to look, but I got 9 pair. So I got
Damn.
9 of. I did all my batteries and all my trucks besides the X Max. I have to get more for the X Max. I forgot to get them for those.
I want that X Max too, man. Damn.
I had a guy offer me, local guy, my 2.0. He offered me $1,000 for it. I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got a Barlow big bore pipe,
I want that pipe. Man.
ESP race port top end, FS clutch, Killer Bee kill switch, DDM 7,000 milliamp LiPo receiver pack, brand new Chinese trenchers from Rovin.
I like those.
Yeah, they're nice. They're pretty good. I got Rovin's spike, like their version of Badlands.
Dude,
I have those on my 5SC.
Isn't it like $250 alone for the ESP kit?
No, like $90.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a piston and cylinder that's ported.
Damn. I swear I was looking and they were like $90 or they were like $200. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I got this right from DDM.
What you should do is tell them I'll give it to you for $1,000, but it's gonna be the stock Losi pipe, and then I'll buy that pipe from you, and then you'll get your full 12.
I don't have the stock Losi pipe. I put that stock Losi pipe on that octane I had.
I got the Losi pipe. I'll give you my pipe, and I'll buy that pipe from you.
He ain't gonna do it. He's a fifth scale racer, a local guy.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess he has family up here, and he comes up here like twice a month. And he lives in Arizona, so he races fifth scale down there. I got his name, but all over his Facebook profile is nothing but fucking first and second place in fifth scale racing and shit. So
Damn.
Yeah, I originally had at 1200, and of course, what's the lowest you'll take? What the fuck, dude? Come on.
It's 1600 stock before tax.
Exactly. And it's not beat up.
No, all your shit's mint. You keep them so clean, it's ridiculous.
Oh, my shit just fucking sits here.
Did I tell you I had a Nitro MT410? Look at that baby. She's so clean.
The receivers or the ESCs will go like so on that plate.
Have you ever even jumped that?
Nope.
You're crazy.
I haven't even ran it in this. I ran it once because I put it together in this past winter, and one of those like 40-degree days we had last winter. I took it out and I ran up and down the road and my driveway, and that was about it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's got the hot racing.
In there, yeah, right?
What?
You put those diffs in there, didn't you?
Yeah, it's got the hot racing
Ring
ring gear and pinion gears. 1650 hobby wing motor, Max 6 ESC. That was the center diff. Creighton 6S center diff. The big L's of dog bones front and rear. Digital brushless waterproof 25 kilogram servo. Fast lane machine servo plate, and then the trackless Rustler receiver box. Fucking brand new 6S D-boot backflips. The BAS 17 millimeter hubs. You're fucking stealing this from me, by the way. So
oh, you funny, man.
you are.
You
Fucking are.
You don't want the Nitro back, the Savage?
Yeah. I don't know. I got this that I don't really use.
I was looking at that, man. You got it on there for a great price.
Yeah, people are cheap, man. I get offers and it's like 100, 200 bucks less than what I'm asking for shit.
Right. I'm like, what the fuck?
And it's mint.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I'm like, damn, do I want that? But I never, you know what I mean? Never did anything with them. But I got my Nitro and I still need a tune. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I put the no Rossi carb on this one. Fucking put the carb on, it fired right up, idled smooth. I literally like an eighth of a turn on the high speed, and it's dialed in perfect.
Really?
Right out of the box, yeah. But that no Rossi carb. What the fuck, guys?
I can't get that modified one to tune. I don't know what's wrong with it.
You got a Nova carb on it?
Whatever you had on it when you got it.
Would you fucking blow it up?
No.
Can't get it tuned right.
You know me, no, I'm not. You know, you try to teach me, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Should I do? And I just I keep questioning and questioning. I'm like, man, because everything I learned was from you. You know what I'm saying? Everything you showed me. And it don't help that I've been through probably 100 RCs since then.
Yeah, Jesus, I don't know how you fucking do it. I know how your old lady fucking does it.
You just keep flipping and try to make money. That's the only way I can make money to get these RCs. You know what I'm saying? The ones that I do want.
Yeah. Is your buddy gonna take that outcast, or are you gonna flip it?
No, he's taking it.
Well, he can have her 500 then.
Damn. I told him the price. He's like, man, that's good because he has two. And I'm like, you use it for parts or something. And I'm like, if you get that, because I was gonna get it, I was gonna flip it, but I'm like, I can't do it right now. I can't afford it right now. So I asked him if he wanted to. He's like, yeah. So I'm gonna have it for a while. I'm bringing it to Ohio.
What are you doing down there?
Hanging out with a couple of buddies. You got a big old bash meet hanging out at my buddy's house. The one that's getting it, it's at his house. Like we're having a big old, get together.
Oh,
Got dudes coming from Texas, North Carolina, Pennsylvania.
jeez.
Yeah,
Sounds like a big old sausage fest.
it is. We're gonna circle jerk a little bit. You want to come?
Okay. No, I'm good. I'm good. No, yeah, that Max 5, I don't get it, man. I was 36, 39 gearing. Everybody runs 39, 39 1-to-1 ratio with the 800 kV motor, Max 5. No issues. I had one of my big fans on the ESC. Fans on the motor. I'm running around the yard, 10 to 15 minutes into it. All of a sudden, smoke comes barreling out of the fucking under the hood. And I'm like, fuck, I bet I blew up a battery. You know what I mean? A battery went out. Well,
Yep.
This is the battery I was running. One of these. Hard case, ADC. Not a thing wrong with them. Not puffed or nothing. And yeah, the back here, the capacitors and all that.
They were fucking melting.
Yeah, and it got so hot that the wires fucking pulled right out. So I don't know. It's weird.
That is
But
weird.
I've been reading a lot about hobby wings catching fire lately.
Which is strange. 'Cause all the years there's nobody really
Oh.
saying anything about them that have
No,
I've
never had a problem with a hobby wing ESC.
Me neither.
Never.
Except for this fucker right here. Remember, I was like, "What'd you do with that ESC? Please don't throw it in the garbage." You know what I mean? And then you said you were gonna try to take it back. I had this issue in the X Max. The fucking
Oh,
prong
the bullet came out.
Yeah.
I might have those.
How would you have one? Who has that type of shit?
Hang on.
Joe Gurdick, treat the RCs like the old ladies. Just keep flipping them. You damn right, man. I hope you have one. I'm gonna try to fix it.
I know I bought some before.
You can't buy them though. They're just the regular ones. These are different.
Yeah, I know. It's an 8mm female bullet.
No, it's a 6.5.
Was that a Max 6?
Max 5.
Yeah, that is a 6.5. Yeah, that's why I had to do that on a motor. I had to solder connections onto a motor, and I had to get male and female.
Yeah, but it's different because if you look inside of these, there's a dimple, and it goes in like a dimple in there.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you good luck on getting that to solder and the solder to stick in there.
It's so hard.
I had a Max 6 that did the same thing, and I couldn't get it to stay. I don't know where the fuck I put those.
Yeah, Earl, it must be.
What yours? Does he know that ESC started firing that truck? I mean, there's no damage to the truck.
I don't think so. Even if there was a little bit of damage, shit.
Well, the price. I mean, yeah, shit. The price is pretty much fucking free.
Pretty much. That's why I'm like, man. I'm like, he always hit me up like, hey man, you got this. I never. It's like always at the worst time. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, we got to put something together and get it.
How do you want how do you
Huh?
want your motor? How do you want your motor wires run? Do you want them straight down? Do you want your connectors to the front of the truck, or do you want it flipped?
I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you do want to do.
Well, I'm gonna run them so your ESC and receiver wire are facing the front of the truck like that.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, you might as well come out here, man, and get the tuning and shit for me, man. I'll pay you.
I don't need no money to do that. If I had I don't have an extra gas can. Otherwise, I'd bring you up some 110. There's got to be some in fucking St. Paul. All the fucking rice burners down there.
There's one spot. It's got 110. It's like in like Mounds or like I don't remember where that is. Kind of by Mounds View or whatever. Wherever that like Coon Rapids or something. I think the store's still open. I will go check tomorrow.
You can do what Nitro Freak said. Look it up online. That's how I figured out there was 110 by me. I looked it up.
Yeah, but if you do come out here and you got time to tune, man, I want to get the Savage and that yeah, I got the MT Nitro MT 410. I made it one a Nitro.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What engine you put in that one?
I put that modded LRP in there.
Okay.
And you remember it said take that sleeve out if you want more power?
Lead.
Remember it said that? Put that take the head sleeve out?
Oh, the shim?
Yeah.
Yeah, that raises your compression. Yeah.
Yeah, I took that out.
That might be your problem.
Yeah, I think so.
Put it back.
I know I'm gonna have to put it back. Like, what the fuck?
Put it back.
I want more power. I'm gonna backflip and front flip that damn thing. But everybody's like, yeah, I know how to tune it. And then they go to tune it. They're like, man, I can't get it. I'm like, Casey can get that shit. He's spot on. He just, boom, quick.
Well, that's good. That should have the Nova carb on it, so it should
Yeah, it does.
be easy.
Yeah, probably
Ah,
bring it back
damn.
to stock.
This motherfucker's clean. Fucking braided blue wire.
Hey,
Man.
your builds are, I'm not gonna lie, the builds are clean, man. Super good condition. If you see your nitro now, it's all dusty and just I drove that truck twice since I've got it from you.
That's savage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna need a. I'm sure you have them, but you're gonna need a receiver.
Yeah, yeah. I don't let nothing go with receivers.
Yeah, either do I.
You got the stock electronics in the X Max?
Stock motor, Max 6, ESC, and stock steering wheel. I got
You don't want to trade nothing for it?
depends. It needs a shock shaft.
Yeah, that's fine. You know
Don't you have
you.
like fucking 6 of them?
I got rid of all of them. You said you got the Wide Max kit on it, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
I still got that. I still got that Savage X. I know you want that new version.
I don't want that fucking piece of shit Chinese junk.
I got a I got an E Revo with the Kershaw Designs motor mount.
Nope.
1650. Damn, I couldn't even finish. I bet you see it. You
Nope.
ain't gonna say that. I bet you see it. You ain't never seen one like it.
All you had to say was Traxxas or Revo. You saw those LSTs?
No, I still got one left.
I don't know. The X Max is, in my opinion, it's kind of like the ultimate basher. You know what I mean?
I got a like new. I ran it I think twice. Techno SCT 410. I got like $800 into that. I got an ET 48 2.0.
That might interest me.
It's got the M2C motor mounts. I mean, M2C shock tower, M2C chassis.
Ugh.
I got a Losi 5T. I know you're getting rid of yours, so you can have this one.
Well, I don't know if I'm selling mine. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's got my plan was to keep the 5T, the X Max, and the Super 5 SC. Have you seen that truck since I completed it?
You showed me pictures, didn't you? I think you sent me pictures.
I got to put the ESC back in it, but how do we flip this fucking thing? Cam. Oh, no.
I wanted that, but I'm like, man, I don't want to run it and kill the body or break parts and have to scour to find them. Those aren't stock tires. What are the tires?
No, these are those Chinese bow ties I was telling you about.
Oh, them bitches are big.
Yeah, the Elza Center Diff.
Oh, that's the one that he ended up making for you.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Damn.
Right.
Oh, I got an MT 410 too. If you're looking for that.
I don't know, man. I like that X Max. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
I really should. When did I buy that? I bought that probably around Christmas time last Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I bet I've only used it 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Once this spring, and I fucking smacked my goddamn one of those green electrical boxes in front of my house and bent the fucking shock shaft.
You ever looked at the Hobio Hyper MT Plus 2?
I don't know. I mean, that's to me like a big thing with me is parts.
Ooh, you mean go to the store parts? Because they got parts.
Just getting, well, yeah, China.
No, it's in U.S. I ordered a body. I ordered a body for mine, and I ordered a couple other things I forgot, and I had them in 2 days. That's the Savage Killer right there. I'll tell you that. That's my favorite truck. I was gonna get.
About
That's my favorite monster truck. Monster truck. You know.
the fucking Habao 410 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm surprised.
It's a beast, bro. It's a beast. You know how you had the know how you had that one fifth scale one that you got from me, that Savage, and it always gave that ass wiggle, and you're like, what the fuck? And,
Yep.
and it went to the right.
Yep.
It does that. That's what this truck does. It
Yeah,
gives that,
fuck that.
it gives that shaking. I love that shit. I love it when it does it.
I was so pissed. All right, sir. Just like that.
Damn, man. It's so pretty and clean. You always keep them so pretty and clean. I'm gonna jump the shit out that truck. Oh, that braided line is nice. Where do you get that?
Amazon.
What size?
Can I get out of here and look? Yeah, I'll just hit the cam. You still hear me?
Yeah. Joe, yeah, I'm looking for an X Max. I'm not buying one though. I'll trade one. I got too much stuff. Um, where are you gonna put rubber seal bearings at, Daniel? In the motor. You can't just take bearings out of the motor. They're pressed in.
It's quarter inch.
Quarter inch?
Yeah, I can send you the Amazon link.
Yeah.
25 feet for $8.99.
Oh wow.
They got the black and blue like I have, or all black, or black and red, or white. Oh, I got to piss. I'll be right back.
And Daniel, you can't have what rubber seal bearings for your main crank, um, for your crank because they have to be open so they can get lubricated by the oil that's in the engine. So I think one side is open, one side is rubber sealed automatically. Usually,
Here's the body.
did you paint that?
Yeah.
I think it's ugly as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just playing. It ain't that bad.
Yeah, I know. It is. It is.
I'm just not a blue guy, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm just fuck. It's just a body. Yeah, Daniel. They usually do it to lube, keep the bearings lubed. See, Joe Gurley, now you're not trying to sell it because or get rid of it because it's not cash. Come on, man. Let's do some trades, man. That's what I'm down for.
Yeah, that's
Oh, and that one's blue too. Holy shit. Dude, look at all his shit. It's like new. Jeez.
yeah. There's not really any scratches on it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I bet that shock shaft.
Oh, I see.
And then the fucking bumper got kind of tore up a little bit.
That's
Oh, I like this truck. You know what I mean? I like the 2050 gearing. It's good speed. It's fun.
see, I take those out ASAP.
What?
The motor. I go fifth scale instantly.
Yeah, I know you do, but this is all. I was thinking that 800 kV in the Outcast. I was thinking about just keeping it and then doing, putting it here and whatnot. But I'm like, you know what? Why? I mean, I got the speed I wanted, a wheelie on demand.
Oh, it does?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you don't really jump like that, you know?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm up and down the road in my yard, and that's pretty much about it.
Dude, it's hard to get trade a 5T for an X Max. It's like they're fucking like flabbergasted that you offered a fucking 5T for an X Max. It's like, really, bro? Are you serious? The fuck? You think your X Max is gold?
I'd give you my X Max for a 5T.
Casey, where did you get that HPI Savage brushless kit from? It came brushless. The 5T came brushless. Or the Savage. He got it from Alza Racing, the center diff.
Yeah, the center diff from Thousand Racing. What model of Savage do you have?
I think he's got a 25.
Why can't I see the fucking comments here? Chat?
You gotta click chat, yeah.
Comments. Okay, well then I can't see the video. I just see comments.
Yeah, you'll only see the comments.
Well, that's fucking retarded.
If you're on a computer, you can see it.
Oh, fuck. RC Daniel, what Savage do you have? What model? 21, 25, X, XL?
Yeah, Daniel, you got a 25? I don't think they make that kit for the 25, do they?
They should. You know, I don't know if they do or not.
Did you see my sledge?
No, how do you like that? You know what? I
fucking love it, bro.
Yeah, it's a Traxxas. I don't know if I could fucking do anything other than an X Max from Traxxas. You got is that a 2-speed?
No.
Oh, I thought I saw another set of gears back there. I'm like, what are you doing?
No, I flipped the motor. Don't have that motor up there. This is the ESC is where the motor is now, where the motor was.
What mount is that? Is that an M2C mount?
Nope, that's a PPS mount. Center
From a
diff.
Creighton?
Yep. It's got that screw for the mesh shit. You know what I mean?
So all the Creighton shit will fit on that.
No, I had to drill it. The motor, the center diff was this way, and you see that hole, so it's not in the hole anymore.
Oh, okay.
Flipped
Yep.
around. 3D print the top plate. 3D print the receiver box back there. Yeah, she got a lot done to it.
No, those shocks are the same shocks that are on the Max, right?
The front ones are the same, not the rears. I guess the rears are different.
Well, you like that truck? I'm talking. Did you like the truck when it was out of the box stock?
I don't like any trucks out of the box. The Savage is wild out the box as far as electronics, but this out the box, the electronics I didn't like, but the rest of the truck I loved.
Yeah, it's a little spendy. Fuck, I need my tobacco. Hang on.
Yeah, X Max for a 5T. I just don't know if I want to do a stock 5T. You know what I mean? Or a stock X Max for it. I don't know. I might. If he wants to, I might. You said you wanted the 5T for the X Max?
What do you got on the 5T?
Stock pretty much. Got the aftermarket pipe. It's the 1.0.
Oh, fuck that.
Is there a difference?
Yeah. A lot. I don't even know if I'm gonna sell mine. Haven't really decided yet.
Oh, you want to see it? Yeah, I'll show it to you. It's dirty right now, obviously. I swear it has like a RPM gauge on it. I don't know where that fucking came from, how that works, but there's like a little sensor right there on the diff.
Oh, tack?
What it looked like. Little aftermarket pipe. Needs a wash though. Center diff, I swear the center diff might be leaking. Needs fluid. That's the kill switch. Has a 30.5 motor in it. I don't know if the motor's a Noah or what it is. I don't fucking know.
No, it's CY. If it's a stock 1.0.
The stock 1.0 came with a 29.
Oh, did it? Oh, you said it has a 23 in it?
30.5.
Oh, that's probably a Roland.
See, I thought the Rovin had like the spark plug off on the side. You know what I mean?
Oh. Oh, fuck. Where'd everybody go?
I don't know. Chassis key motor. Yeah, you should have knew that. You got it from the V2. It don't mount. The V2 transmission is different.
What's the Savage?
Yeah,
Yeah. Did he say what model he has?
25.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can go on their website, Elza. I just Google Elza Racing and click on the Savage.
Yeah, you go to all the racing. It ain't gonna be cheap, but it's gonna be. Well, it's cheaper than most companies, but
It's worth it.
Yeah, good shit. What are you soldering now?
In order to put on my fan mount on my ESC, these QSA connectors won't slide through. They're so big.
Take them off. Yeah,
they won't slide through here.
Yeah.
These connectors are so they're so tight.
They are. Oh my god! But I hit a jump and come undone. It pisses me off. Did you just get that flag tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear I didn't see that the last time I seen it. Yeah, that's tight. How old is that?
A month.
Yeah, that's why it looks so fucking. It pops so hard. Damn. Your artist does some good. He does good work, and he does good paint. His ink is good, vibrant.
Time Bomb Ink in Blaine off 65.
Oh, you went all the way to Blaine?
Yeah. The owner, Sean, owner of the shop, did it. I'm getting was it the 5th of next month? I'm getting this fucking camera. The other side, my forearm here, from my wrist to my elbow, like some kind of Statue of Liberty, like a realistic Statue of Liberty, like a sexy chick Statue of Liberty. You know what I mean? Something like that.
You're real patriotic, aren't you?
America, motherfucker.
Joe Biden, motherfucker.
That fucking piece of shit.
I was
Fuck
hoping
that
you
one.
say that.
That guy can fucking rot in hell.
Did you vote for him?
Did I vote for him? Yeah.
Oh shit! I was so mad.
Guy's a fucking idiot. But let's send like 80 billion over to Ukraine. You got fucking veterans over here fucking sitting on the streets, living on the streets, begging for money.
Right, committing suicide.
You can't get baby formula here in the States.
Yeah.
But we'll send some fucking Ukrainians fucking weapons and money.
Yeah.
Stupid motherfucking democratic fucks.
We'll overtax our American people to help them.
$4.29 for a gallon of gas, $5.24 for a gallon of diesel.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Make America great again.
Please. Hopefully people learn this time. Like you even though it was, in my opinion, rigged. I mean, it was pretty blatant, but
I think so too.
But it's like you guys got to get your head out your ass. But you know, motherfuckers that were voting for him. My aunt voted for him. She ain't saying shit. Hush, hush.
Nope.
She ain't said nothing. Like, I love my president. Where are you?
Yep.
Where are you? I hear crickets.
Yep, they're all fucking They're all hiding.
Yep. Now they're like, damn, I should have voted for Trump. Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
My bad, Earl. Not you. You voted for Trump, but you're not an idiot. You're just not all the way there. You know what I mean, buddy? I'm just playing. I don't
Earl,
know who you voted for.
he's in California, so he's got to be a Democrat.
Right. You know Earl?
I just watching the feed.
Oh,
I just know he's from California, and he's got fucking about 10,000 RC cars.
yeah.
Living the dream.
Joe Girding, that's the thing. But they didn't want to make him a part of NATO. They didn't want Ukraine to be a part of NATO. But then again, now they're trying to help him. Like, fuck it, we'll go to war. We'll go to war. We're fighting for the minerals that they got. They got a lot out there.
They got what's the word? Grains. You know, like what can I think of the fucking word? Wheat and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like we buy a lot of wheat from them and shit like that. Grains.
We're talking about the soil. They got a lot of shit to build batteries or whatever. Like
Yep.
Joe just said. They got a lot of oil. They're oil rich. That's why that's why Russia went there. They want their shit back so they can use all the shit, all the natural resources.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about we just want our land back. No, the fuck you don't. You want to get that shit that's in there.
So answer this: is that Sledge better than a 6S Creighton out of the box?
Yes.
How so?
Both out of the box, both have negatives. You know what I mean? Are ready to run Creighton, which they're on their fifth version, is not as durable as far as the structure. It comes with a good servo, but the ESC is not powering enough to the servo. But the body, you know what I mean? The way the body's set up, it's a lot stronger. The shock towers, I think, are stronger, which I bent the shock tower. The wing mount, the arms are a hell of a lot stronger. It's the knuckle style or a C-hub style. That's stronger, I think, than them pillow balls always popping out. Drives a lot smoother, but it's not as aggressive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think it is, but it ain't. You know what I mean? So it's just different.
But, is that a Castle or a Traxxas motor?
This is a Castle. 1717.
Oh, that comes with a 1717?
No, that's what I have in it.
Oh, no, I'm saying what comes in it. Oh, the Traxxas is not. I'm sorry.
It has the 22,000 kV.
Okay.
With the 6S ESC.
The same ESC that's in the E-Revo?
Yeah. Okay. Junk.
Yeah.
I sold that shit ASAP. You know, everybody puts upgraded electronics. Well, not everybody. The people that are really out here doing it put the upgraded electronics in it. And This 1717 is better, is faster than my 1650 in my Creighton. This truck is a hell of a lot faster.
I seen a video on YouTube, a guy running on 8S, that motor. In that truck.
In this one?
Yeah, the sludge on 8S.
I wonder, did you know what it was geared at?
Oh, I have no clue. I just saw sludge in 8S, and I saw it was just stupid. You couldn't control it.
I was just about to say, how did he control it?
No, it was dumb.
I just seen my battery strap is fucking broke.
You know that Kenny Downs guy?
Sounds so familiar.
He's got a YouTube channel. His profile picture is a crotch rocket on Facebook. He's in Florida.
Kenny Downs.
He does a lot of reviews on stuff.
Is that his Facebook name?
Yeah. Oh.
Did I say his Facebook? I meant YouTube name.
Oh shit, I don't know. You have to find him on Facebook, and then I'm sure he's got links to his YouTube videos. But anyway, he bought my Octane.
Oh, you got rid of it?
Yeah, I sold it yesterday. Fuck, he stole that too. $440 shipped.
Are you serious?
Yep. Body's been never ran, never mounted. Stock tires have never been mounted. Well, never ran. They were mounted on the truck, obviously, but.
Dude, you seen it found like a whole bunch of them or something. I don't know where it came from, but.
So my buddy who's big into Savages and whatnot, he's buddy with the owners at HPI and whatnot, talking to him, yada yada. And HPI had all these Octanes in their warehouse, just sitting there. They can't sell them to hobby shops because of their issues and whatnot. So he made a deal with them. They sent him 54 of them, 54 trucks to his house, and he's selling them for $800 a piece plus shipping.
He sold a lot of them.
Yeah, I think he's only got a couple left. Brand new in the box. There's obviously there's no warranty on them. No tech support through HPI. But part of the deal, if you buy it from him, he'll be like the tech support if you have issues. He knows he knows those in and out.
Damn.
I don't know, it's definitely not your style of truck, I can tell you that.
No.
They're slow.
They're
really slow.
Yeah, they're very finicky too.
Yes, they're that's what I was saying. Like the carb on that and the tuning on that, you're just the tiniest cunt hair turns makes a world of difference. And you control a lot of your idle and all that is controlled by your low speed needle because of how finicky that carb is.
Damn.
But once you get it, and it takes like 16 takes to break that fucking thing in too.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's a two-stroke, little tiny cylinder two-stroke. People like Freak was saying, was people get antsy. They want to play right away and make these big adjustments and whatnot, and then people can't figure them out because they don't realize the small adjustments makes a world of difference.
Mm-hmm.
And they get sick of them. They run them too lean, and then they destroy the motor. That's how they got their bad name.
Did you get yours running good?
I only had 5 or 6 tanks run through it, but it was running great, running fine. It was starting to shift gears.
It's a 2-speed, right?
3.
Is
So
it?
it's the 2017 version of the XL. You know, the transmission sits kind of outside. Their Springer sits kind of outside the TVPs.
Yeah.
It's that style of chassis. So it's that style of transmission, that style of chassis. I don't know. It's I mean, like I said, it's nothing fast. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even know what kind of crowd it would appeal to. I mean, I liked it because it's a Savage. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but I don't. It's not something you're gonna send in the air because it doesn't go fast enough to fuck get in any really kind of big air.
Right.
It's kind of on the heavy side, heavy truck. Got gobs of torque though. Wheelies on command. Loud as fuck with the stock tune pipe. That's why I took that pipe off and I put that low C5T muffler on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I don't have any more. It quieted down quite a bit.
It was that loud?
Oh, dude, it was. Let's put it this way: it was louder than my G320 and my 5T with the bar loan pipe on it.
What is that fucking loud, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy loud. Like it's so loud if you're running on and you're recording on your phone, and it gets close to you, like your phone can't keep up with the noise. It'll start crackling and shit.
Damn. Damn, I didn't know it was that loud. Wow.
What kind of solder do you use?
I use Mintronics.
What's the ratio?
60-40.
Okay, mine says 40-60 rosin core wire solder. And then I got this other. She doesn't tell you what the ratio is. It just says rosin core solder.
I only get that shit from the hobby shop, the one with like the purple on it, the purple wrap.
Oh, see, this is. Obviously, this is for electronics. 40-60 rosin core wire solder. But I didn't get it at the hobby shop. I know that.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
I
know.
got other shit. Some other kinds too, a couple other kinds, dude. It's terrible. Oh, I hate it. I don't know what it is, but this shit, the little thin shit, that shit really works good. The one at the hobby shop has.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Oh, I think it's time for bed.
Yeah, what's your plan tomorrow? What do you want to do?
I don't know. Whenever you get free, man, we gotta figure something out. I really want this fucking night, this MT410 tuned, man. Dude, I got it. I'm trying. It's so hard to get this fucker to run it with its bump box because it's so short and weird that it won't fit on the bump box, even with the M2C plates. So it's hard to get the fucker running. Like, if I get it running and like shuts off because it's not tuned right, Oh man, it's a headache.
I'll see what the plan the wife what she wants to do tomorrow. I know we don't have anything going on. But I would like to get that boat done.
What size boat is it?
18-foot.
Is it a fishing boat?
No, it's like a ski boat, like a pleasure runabout boat.
You keep it at your house?
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, just hit me up and let me know what you want to do. I'll be available. My girl works tomorrow, so I'll have a baby for a little while.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, hit me up, man.
All right, dude.
All right, everybody in the chat, I appreciate y'all.